What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Hope everybody having a good day, good night, or good evening, however it is for you. As you can see, I'm in the bar right now. So I'm waiting for a few people to get on. This is kind of different today. So, I'm in the bar. I don't know why this fucking cat is still jumping around me, but that's how my cat is. Go. Thank you. Your time will come when I'm done. So I'm waiting for some people to get on. I normally have a certain introduction, but tonight, uh, I ain't in the mood for that introduction. So we're gonna just get right into where everybody get on, give it a few moments or a few minutes. So what's going on out there before I start? I want to know what's going on out there. There's a whole lot of stuff, right? Whole lot of stuff going on. Man, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. You got 50 and Big Meat still going at it. You got Big U just got locked up. He was just dumb. I don't even know why this dude paid his head for that. I don't even know why Big U was even just talking. Everybody was already indicating him into this murder with Nipsey Hussle. And this dude doing interviews. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have just went underground. Now he's in jail. Then you got Jen Jones, I heard, got indicted. He's in the feds. I don't know. At that age, I don't know how true it is. Now, I'm hearing so much, and I hear so much in the social media, I don't know what's the truth anymore. Like, God damn. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Thank you. So I'm in the bar tonight. I'm at the bar. As you can see, I'm at the bar. I call this the bar because when people go through things or people just want to get some peace of mind and they want to go out the house or go away from their friends and family, they go to the bar. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I got the flu and the cold. How you get that at the same time? I don't know, but I went to urgent care and that's what they told me. You know, so I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes and I'm gonna go right in. Go right in. Here for the knowledge, we're talking about mental health today. I think it's very important. Not just with me, just with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start it off in about another minute. Give it another minute. So let me pour my shot. If you out there drinking, get your cup, get you some wine, get your blunt, get whatever, because we getting ready to go right into this mental health. That's something that's gonna really hold your head, because I might be tapping into some of y'all that's going through it. Of course, matter of fact, we all going through it. You know what I'm saying? Especially as black people coming out of slavery. You can't tell me our family came out of slavery and we ain't have no mental health issues passed down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just on us, it's just what's been passed down to us. So let me pour my drink. Oh man, got a few over here. As you see, yeah, I got a few over here, man. I So we gonna enjoy tonight. We gonna talk. We gonna enjoy tonight. I don't know what happened. My wife had uh, a surprise going out for my birthday. Remember, I told you it was my birthday, so I party from this March 11th all the way to March 15th. So, you know, throughout that week, you know, I was outside having a good old time. Sometimes I came outside with no jacket, whatever, but it wasn't that cold. But March 15th, we went on a party bus, man, and man, it was a blast. I ain't gonna lie, my wife, she did that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I thought she was taking me out to like a diner somewhere to eat or whatever, you know. But when I saw that bus, I said, oh shit. You know, so I had a good time. And then the next day I woke up, stuffy nose, throat was scratched. I said, what the hell? So I just went to urgent care. They said, yo, you got the flu and you got a common cold. I said, what? At the same time? Damn. But I'm here with y'all, so let's get right into it. Um, mental health. Mental health is very important. I always used to think that I didn't need to talk to nobody. No, real talk. I thought that, you know, what was the sense going to see somebody that you don't know and tell them all your problems and for them to help you out, knowing damn near they got problems too. Because psychiatrists or therapists, they see other therapists too. I see it on TV, so I'm pretty sure they seeing people too. And a lot of us, we don't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I thought that like I said, talking to someone was just letting them into my personal life and giving me wrong decisions. You know what I'm saying? I knew you was crazy. Now I ain't crazy. I ain't crazy, but I actually thought that I didn't need to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I figured, what's the sense? You know what I'm saying? I'm going through a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of shit. Like y'all going through a whole lot of shit, and sometimes we don't have people to talk to. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk to our parents because they may feel away. We don't want to talk to our siblings; they may feel away about how you feel, or if they're part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? And you come secluded, which means you become isolated now, where you ain't got nobody to talk to. And now you walk around all day with a fucking attitude. You know what I'm saying? And then you snapping at everybody, and this right here can cause jail time. You know what I'm saying? And this involves me. Because when I'm not able to talk to no one and I'm frustrated, I lash out. And meaning if you do something stupid and I'm around and it's towards me, I kind of start sounding nasty and want to take your hat off or something. You know what I'm saying? So I figured that, maybe it's good to talk to somebody. And a lot of us like me have been in prison, right? Especially you brothers and you sisters out there that have been in prison. Matter of fact, let's go backtrack. We got family that came out of slavery, right? That was in slavery. And most of us, when we was in slavery, our ancestors, we was in broken families, all of us, because our families got sold. Our fathers got sold, our mothers got sold. So we never had a real solid household. Well, some of us. So this mental health issue thing passed down where we start acting like something we never seen before. And then we pass it down because our slave masters taught us to be a certain way, how to be animals. Some of us didn't even know how to be parents. We was just buying the time. What I mean is this. You can imagine, I'm getting to the mental, but I want you to really understand where I'm going with this. Could you imagine in slavery, you and your husband, y'all trying to plan a future for your kids because you're already situated that slavery is the way of life. This is the way things go. Can you? I can't. I be trying to picture myself there. That shit really hurts. And you in the bed and you talking about having children and living a good life the best way you know how. Yeah, it's a cycle, brother. You're right. And then the master, he comes in there. He don't need no key. He owns the shit. He walks in the house, walks in the bedroom, and say, "Sally, get up." You can't say nothing as a man. She can't say nothing as your wife. She got to get up. You already know what's going to happen. She know what's going to happen. And then she comes back in the wee hours of the night. And then she look at you and you look at her. You already know what went down. Now, it's funny. It's not funny, excuse me. It's sad because now you're in a position where you got to hurry up to try to get your wife pregnant or your wife trying to get pregnant because you don't want the slave master to get your wife pregnant before you. And even if he did, so what? Even if he did, you have to raise this child. You see the trauma that's being passed down to the point where now when we're out of slavery, we don't even know how to be parents because our children is always being taken away from us. We're not even being trained and experienced to be parents. You know what I'm saying? So as time go on, This what happened. So now we in our generation, my generation, we grow up. Yeah, we had a sense of community that is a little bit better than this one. But the community that I come in, I hear a lot of people say, yo, Slug, your era was damn near the best ever than this one. I kind of disagree. I really had to think about that. I'm gonna say this. There was no era that was most worse than the crack era. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? If you haven't grown up in the crack era, then you don't know what I'm talking about. These kids today, what they're doing, yeah, they're reckless what they're killing, but what they're doing is they're attacking each other because of the trauma, the mental health issues that has been passed down. They don't have a father. Most of these boys, they don't have a father. The mother don't know how to raise the boys to be a man. She know how to take care of them for as like child support, maintaining her child, but she don't know how to raise him to be a man. He has to find that through his uncle or through older cousins or his grandfather, someone. And if he can't find that in the family, he gonna find it in the streets, which leads to the dudes in the streets. Now they going through this whole issue with this mental health. All this is mental health. This is mental health. Because when you're at home and you're not being raised by a man, you're being raised other than yourself. And it's nothing wrong with having little feminine ways and actions because you have an X chromosome. You know what I'm saying? But you're not being trained how to check your X chromosome, so you're being tapped in more into your X chromosome, which you're dealing with more emotions and you pretty much lashes out. Now, when you get into a relationship, 9 out of 10, the woman is going to control the relationship because the man wasn't in your life. And if you do find this man, 9 out of 10, like I said, you find him on the street. And when you find him on the street, what is he doing? You ain't listening to the preachers. You ain't listening to the ministers. You're looking at the drug dealers because they're the closest thing of an earner. They're the closest thing of being a man taking care of everything in the household because every time you look at the drug dealer, he always got money. He has no financial problems. And he's happy. And he has everything that you want, especially the women. So you want to be like that. Next thing you know, you're in the streets and now you're selling drugs. And like I said, no era was worse than the crack era. That era produced these drill babies that's running around, right? Well, no, I'm gonna disagree with that. I won't say the crack era produced these drill babies. I would say the gang banging era produced these drill babies. Yeah, the ones that started gang banging in the late '90s and early '90s, they produced these drill babies. But the crack era, it fucked us up really psychologically. When that got to us, the whole hood turned into Beirut. Buildings was burnt down because you had the Jews that was burning the households down, burning the buildings down. Now we're cramped up in these apartments. Our people is on crack. Our mothers is on crack. Our fathers on crack, and his children is left to fend for themselves. Can you imagine being 8 years old trying to find something to eat? And your mother and father is not home. They probably ain't been home in 2 or 3 days. So now you're on survival mode. This is a trauma going to you. You're going through so much. Everybody abandoned you, and now you left to fend for yourself. You might be eating stale food, or you got to go out to the store and steal food, steal some chips and cakes. That's dinner. This is the trauma that goes on. And now when you grow up, you don't want to trust nobody. Not only that, you've been so in tune on your survival mode that you don't even know how to turn it off. And I've been through that too, being in prison. When you're in prison, you're on survival mode and you don't know how to turn it off. Because when you're in there, you're only thinking about yourself. That's number one. Then you're thinking about how to trying to get over because everybody's trying to get over on you. Everybody's lying. Everybody's manipulative, even the people you're around. This is why you see guys when they come home from prison, they become antisocial because they see bullshit from a mile away because they live it every day of their life in the prison. So, you know what I'm saying? So when they come home, they can't turn it off. They're programmed in the prison mentality. And this is why they always go back. They always go back. When they come home, a lot of them don't even ask for help on how to survive, how to get on public assistance, or how to go to a shelter to get their own apartment. It do takes time, but they don't know that because they're being fucked up. And most of us, we get into relationships with the baggage. All of us. This is real talk. Let me take another sip. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. We get into these relationships with the baggage. All of us. Every last one of me, you, everybody. And oftentimes we don't check the baggage before we enter the relationship. So we bring this baggage into the relationship. And some of you are doing the same thing now. Some of you don't even want to be in a relationship no more because you got your heart broke. See, this is all mental health. This is all mental health. And what I'm saying is all of us need to talk to somebody. If you can't figure it out, you don't got nobody to talk to, trust me, it helps. I'm seeing therapists. It helps. You know what I'm saying? They give you a lot of insight on what you should do to better yourself. They don't judge you. They leave that judgment at the door. Now, trying to work on your mental health issues alone, I think is I think is very dangerous because a lot of us is going to make decisions based on our frustration. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you feel isolated. Like most people who's going through stuff who don't have anybody, they become isolated because they don't have nobody to talk to. And it's very, like I said, it's very dangerous when you don't have nobody to talk to because when you don't have nobody to talk to, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to hurt somebody. And then you're going to end up in jail, or you're going to end up in jail forever, or you may come out foul out of somebody. I mean, come out your mouth foul to somebody, and you might even know they're packing. My wife told me this a lot of times. I have a mouth problem. Yeah, we know right from wrong, but we always make our decisions based on our emotions. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're upset, that clouds our judgment. That's why they always tell you calm down, take a break, take a breather, and let's come back and let's talk because you're gonna be talking out of your emotions. Never try to have a communication when you're intoxicated. Because when you're intoxicated, you going at it with somebody, you talking loud, they talking loud, things can go left. This is all mental health issues, man. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Wally. It's definitely, we all know right from wrong. We all know right from wrong, but we still end up in prison. Check that out. Not only that, we know right from wrong, but we still end up in prison 2, 3, 4 times. But we know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's all mental health issues at the same time. We're all traumatized, all of us. We all have our baggage. Some of my friends that's on there, I know they life like they know my life. Got baggage, man. You know what I'm saying? We got baggage. We lost people in our life. Me personally, I lost people in my life on the streets. I never got over it. You know what I'm saying? I lost my father while I was in prison, who was coming to see me. I didn't know it was a surprise visit. I never got over it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't home. I was supposed to be home. I never got over it. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we all taking our time and ways to find ways to get over our situations. And this is what I'm always saying about our baggage. Hold on. It's the consequence that we know too. You're right. It is the consequence. But you know what our problem is? We like to think about the consequences later. Because like I said, we make our decisions based on our emotions. Example, we'll do something. Let's say we do something at home. Let's say we do something at home. We know this is not ours. We know this, and yet we take it because we want it. And then we get our ass whipped. See, we knew that was coming. We knew that was coming right from wrong, but yet we still do it. You know what I'm saying? So, back to the mental health, it's also good because it can heal a lot of relationships and it can also heal yourself. You ever heard this saying? When you realize everybody around you start leaving, you really got to start looking at yourself. Or maybe you have poor choices in friends. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that happens. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they want to be accepted by everybody. They just befriend everybody. Then when they wake up, they realize everybody in their circle ain't their goddamn friend. And they get rid of them. Sometimes it's best to be lonely too. They said sometimes loneliness brings you peace, you know? So that's what I want to talk to you about, mental health. I ain't trying to be here all day with y'all. Hold on, I tell y'all doing something different. I'm drinking, I'm sipping. I sound like baby, right? I'm drinking, I'm sipping. So what's going on? What y'all want to talk about? I ain't finished. I'm gonna still go through it, but I want to know what y'all out there talking about. Cause y'all very quiet. Oh shoot. Hold on, y'all. All right. So a little bit about what I'm gonna talk about too with the mental health. Because I ain't gonna be talking about my life story up here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna definitely talk about certain things through experience. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm talking about something, I gotta relate to it, right? So, one of the reasons why I hit the streets, right? My my father, I'm West Indian, I'm Trinidadian. My father had a way of disciplining me, right? Growing up. His way of disciplining me was fighting. Now, today you call it abuse. In Trinidad, it's different. They call it discipline. So he came over here with it because that's how he was raised. This is all mental health. This is all traumatic experience. This is all from slavery. The slave masters beating our women, beating us, and now we want to beat out because we want submission. So we can't get it like this, so we got to get it like this. So my pops, he wasn't like a lot of people in the South. You heard about the switches and the belts. My pops, he used his hands and his feet. I was about 8, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're like, what? Hey, that was my pops. I still love him. I never stopped loving him. That was just his way of discipline. And I thought at 8 or 9, hey, that was, you know what I'm saying? That's my father. That's the way you're supposed to get your ass whipped. But what it did was it was making me mad. You know what I'm saying? And I can't hit my father. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't put my hands on him. I couldn't do that. I was scared to death of that. I couldn't do that. But I took my anger on the streets. So whatever I had to do to represent, I ain't have no problem opening nothing up. You know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do. And I got arrested for that. Few times I got arrested and I went to jail. Now it's another mental health issue because now you're in prison, you're being reprogrammed into a whole nother human being. The people that you have right now that's incarcerated is not the same people that's in society. Those are whole different type of people because they're thinking different, they're moving different, and they acting different. So sometimes, like I said, when we come home now, we don't know how to turn it off. So now when we come home, we ain't have sex in a long time. You got all these women walking around here, half naked, big booties. So it's kind of hard for some brothers to be sexually loyal now because they come home with a mindset of a child. They're immature because life has been snatched away from them. A lot of people can't understand that because your life haven't been snatched away. So you wouldn't know about being incarcerated. You wouldn't know about being programmed like that. That's why you don't understand why brothers keep going back and forth to jail constantly. You won't understand that because they're fucked up in the head. And they get real comfortable in jail. Look, these dudes got towels hooked up on their cells. Today they cell is red, tomorrow it's green. They got posters all up on the wall. They got the hot pots. Now they got cell phones in there. These motherfuckers is comfortable. And when you get comfortable in jail, you have a fucking mental health issue. You should be trying to get the hell up out of there. Because when I went back, I was like that. I told my wife, I ain't doing shit. When I said, no, don't call me Buckwell. I'm not bad. I'm not doing nothing. I'm getting up out of here. Now, females, they go through it. I think females go through it a lot worse. There's a lot more pressure with men on the physical side. Got to re-up now. Put some tequila in here. But females, they have it, I believe, more worse. I hear stories, and the stories I hear is because most females, they get molested at a young age by someone close. It's always someone close. That's like the first trauma for most females is being molested. And they can't tell nobody because even if they do tell somebody, nobody's going to believe them. And some have done, and still nobody believes them, and they got to live with it. So now they running around crazy because they got a mental health issue. And they think, hey, I want to be accepted. They have no man in the house because the mother raised the child with no man in the house. Hold on. Oh, man, here we go. Here we go. It's about to start. Okay, Siobhan Thomas, bull crap. Let's talk about problems you cause me and my children, which is yours. And you sitting here drinking is the reason you can't see your girls now and myself. You the one running everyone. Hold up. Let me block this goddamn bitch. Hold on. All right. There you go. Let's get back into this. You know what I mean? Now, let's clear this thing up here. I should have left this hole on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's get into this right here. Because I got to touch up on something. Hold on. All right. Let's touch up on this. Because, see, you people out there, I got people from around my way that know me. You understand what I'm saying? So they know I'm not talking no bullshit. I've been running the streets since 88. I have never been a bum on the streets. I never been a bum at home. My first son was born in 1992. I was on Rikers Island. When I came home, I came to take care of him. I was running the streets. I got caught up again. I came home 16 years later. My son was 18 years old. Went straight to him. Matter of fact, when I was coming up the stairs, when I came home from jail, he was coming out my mom's apartment, going into my brother's apartment across the hall. I was there for my son. Took care of my son. Was there for my son. He was already a grown man. By the 18, to me, grown man, 18. But I was there for him. I made a mistake and I turned my son into an animal because he was running the streets getting money. I said, come get money with me. I should have never did that. That was my mistake. Now he's a fucking animal. But my son, no, I was there. While I was married, I met Siobhan Thomas. She know it's married. Oh man, I gotta light up right here. Man, this shit gonna get good because she just turned this whole shit into something else. But I'm gonna stay on the topic because this is part of mental health because I know every man probably can relate to this shit right here. I got locked up while I was with her. She had a baby. I was with another woman at the same time. She knew about her. The other woman knew about her. Who is my wife today? Okay. The young woman that I'm married to today, man, she told me, you know what? Since she's pregnant, I want you to man up and leave and go up there with her in Poughkeepsie and raise your child. So you said it right. And I went to do that. In the process of that, I'm still dealing with the woman I'm married with. She knows that and she knows that. There was Texas flying, everybody. Come on now. Everybody know, listen, man, but all people around my way is on this shit. They will tell you from line to line how I move. I was doing a 9 to 5. I left New York City, Brooklyn, and moved all the way to Poughkeepsie where I don't know nobody. And I was started working. Why? To take care of a daughter that I had. I left everything in Brooklyn, New York City. Everybody I knew. I had a whole new life in Poughkeepsie or I ain't know nobody. So when I went to work, I came home. I left home, I came to Brooklyn, or I went back to work. That was my life. Hold on. Oh, she took it out. I got okay. Hit that like button because we going in tonight. All right. So, I'm over here talking mental health issues and this bro come up here with this bullshit. Look. So, I get locked up. DWI. Yeah. I was trying to unblock her ass. I want her to be up here. So, going through all the bullshit with her caused me to drink it since she said, oh, that's why you're not seeing your girls. Bullshit. We gonna get to that. Remember I was talking about child support? Oh, you gonna get, yeah, we gonna get into it, baby. So, I got locked up for DWI. And I have some money. I told her, I said, yo, bail my baby mom's one of them's up here. Yo, bail me out. She bailed me out. Actually, she was short. The woman I'm married to now sent her the rest of the remaining money. She said, get our nigga out. Hello. Okay. I came home. Going through it again with this woman. Got locked up again. DWI. I know, y'all. Like, damn, slug for real? Yeah. This time they like, yo, listen, now you got too many. That's it. They helped me. All right, cool. I already knew that. I had a drinking problem. This is what happens when you go through stress with a woman that you no longer love, but you're there for their children or your family, and you don't want to walk away. Why? Because I had responsibility. Because now this time, a second girl came. The first one was kind of planned. The second one was not planned. That shit fucked my whole head up. I was like this now. Okay, fine. Second one is here. I'm doing overtime. I'm doing all that. But now I'm locked up. So she wasn't she wasn't getting paid. Something happened on her job where she wasn't getting paid. The Gap warehouse had a fire. So I was out of work for 30 days with pay. I was like, I'm balling because I was getting paid every week. So I was making like six and change every week. You know what I'm saying? If I had overtime, I was coming home probably with like 7. But she wasn't getting paid like that for whatever she did in her job. So most of all my money now was going to all the bills, everything. So now I'm down there. I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so stressed out. When I get my check, I go to the liquor store and that was it. So now my other woman's is like, yo, can I get some money? I can't send her no money because I'm pulling up all the slack that's going on in the household. That's why I said when you get married or you move in with somebody, it's not just about you, it's about everything. You know what I'm saying? So all of this was piling up in my fucking head because I'm not used to working. I'm a hustler. I run the streets. So this is mental health going on with me. So I'm drinking like crazy because I'm like, I don't know how to fight this type of problem. I know how to fight other problems. I hit the street, pick up a gun, and I handle what I handle. This type of stuff, I'm not trained for this. This is crazy. So I end up in jail. You see what I'm saying? Why we need to talk to somebody? This is important. Thank you for Siobhan. You gave me a lane to go in. Thank you. You know, Deja Dalton, correction officer in Fishkill. So you want to put my fucking business out there, you know? So I left my debit card in the vehicle that I got locked up in. I say, yo, listen, I'm locked up. I'm not coming home. I'm going to be here for a while. I don't need no money. I don't need nothing. Keep the debit card. Whatever money comes from the job, you keep it. You keep it. You got 2 girls. You keep it. And I stayed my ass in jail. I called a few times. Spoke to the girls. But I know I was making it hot because she's a correctional officer. They have her number on file. If I keep calling, it's going to trigger it. So I fell back. Can't let her get fired. If she get fired, who gonna take care of my fucking daughters? So I fell back. February of 2017, I get a visit. They say legal visit. Legal visit? What the fuck is a legal visit? Okay. Go down there, legal. Matter of fact, I just left my lawyer because I was about to go to trial. So I'm like, legal visit, you know. So I go down there. It's from DOC on Racket, upstate. Black guy. He like, yo, listen, do you know so and so and so, my baby mother? I'm like, yeah, Bob, what's up? They just like, well, listen, she put a report in because she want to have communication with you, but we just want to make sure that you wasn't dealing with her the same time you was on parole. I said, okay, no problem. No, I met her when I was on parole, but she didn't know I was on parole. And we kept it like that in the conversation. And after everything, he said, okay. He said, we just wanted to figure things out and make sure that you wasn't dealing with her at the same time because this could cause her job. You know what I'm saying? And if you do go upstate, you won't go to downstate. I said, fine, that's cool. I know that already. I don't care about that dirty ass prison. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he's like, you could communicate with her. I said, fine. So let me go talk to my girls. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't thinking about her. Because around this time, like 4 or 5 months passed. So I'm with the woman I'm married to today. So I call, nobody's picking up. I'm like, damn, okay. Keep calling, nobody's picking up. I said, damn, did she disconnect the number? Normally it'll say, dee-dee-dee, but they didn't say that. I said, all right, maybe she just don't want to answer. Fine. So I have another case in Valhalla. So I go to Valhalla, I'm trying to call her. Same thing. Okay, no problem. That's cool. I've been doing this before. I already know how this shit go. So lo and behold, I go stay. I do all my time, keep my head focused. I'm trying to come home. 2 weeks before I come home, they say you got a legal call. I said, a legal call? Who the hell is calling me, right? So I go down to the visit, get on the phone, and they're like, it's my lawyer. I said, my lawyer? Where did I get a lawyer from? They said, hold on, calm down. It's from custody hearing and paternity. What? He said, oh, well, yeah, they want she want to take you to court for custody. She want full custody. I'm like, wait a minute, damn, I ain't even get home yet. I'm like, yo, Now, it's funny because she said one of the things that attracted me to her was the fact that I'm always there for my son. I'm always there for my son. Although me and my son, we not really kicking it right now for whatever reason he has. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. My son is a grown fucking man. He's about 30 something. He can feel however he want to feel. I still love my son. But I know my son still love me. But I was always there for my son when I had the chance. So this attracted her to the player who was fucking about 6 or 7 different women. Talk back to me. You knew what you was getting into. You wasn't dealing with no golden boy. What's wrong with you? So I come home. First week home. No. Let's correct that. Fucking first day home. I contact her cousin. Yo, reach out to her. I don't have a number for her. I want to see my girls. Oh, right now I can't give you her number. We got to talk to her. What the fuck you mean you got to talk to her? I got to get permission to see my daughters. Oh, well, I'm not getting into it. You got to talk to her. You know how some females talk. You know how some of you females be. I said, okay. I respected it, though, because she didn't want to cross the line for her cousin. Granted, I didn't want to put her in that situation. I didn't really give a fuck because I just want to talk to my girls. That's it. I didn't want to make the same mistake of watching my girls being raised up as grown women like my son and came home. I didn't want to repeat that cycle. So I knew this time I could never go back to jail, which I haven't. So, took about a week. She come down. This is all the trauma, mental health is going on now because I'm going fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I see her, I think a week later. And I don't know what the fuck she was trying to do, interrogate me, or I don't know what the hell she was doing. She didn't bring my girls. She just wanted to have a conversation for what apparent reason, I don't know. So we talked about some shit that I can't remember because the shit wasn't important. And I think after the second visit, I got to see my girls. Now, when I got to see my girls, it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It was so special. I wanted to be there. I was like, yeah, I gotta be there. I gotta do everything I can. But the visitation was a problem. Because every time I got my girls, this motherfucking CO keep calling the phone. Fuck you keep calling for? I'm not molesting my daughters. What the fuck is you calling for? You checking up? That's the shit you do to babysitters. Remember last time I was telling y'all about the child support and how you don't want to feel like you're a babysitter? This is the shit I'm talking about. Fuck you calling me, interrogating my daughters and me where I at. For what? I ain't doing nothing. You already know I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not a child molester. I'm fucking you. So what the hell? I'm fucking you. So what the hell I'm doing child molesting girls for? So I dealt with that. Yo! Sorry. I dealt with that. The only thing I really had a problem with was the fact, let me know ahead of time when you're bringing my girls down. Because see, I'm a grown man. I got shit to do. I do not have a 9 to 5. I make money how I make money. And it's not illegal. That's just that. I ain't got to put my business out there. That's just that. So when you have an appointment and a schedule, you know how to move at a certain time. You know how to move at a certain time. But she would come down on a Friday and have my daughters come and say, Daddy, I'm on my way to Brooklyn. One day I was on my way to Atlanta on a bike. I was like, okay, you gonna come? No. Okay. I wasn't being disrespectful because this was starting to happen repeatedly. But not to get into a deep whole story about that. But this is the trauma that I was going through. So I had to make a decision. Either I leave, because now I can't see my daughters at this point. My daughters can't even come over here because she don't like my wife, because my wife was the side chick, as she says. My wife took everything from her, as she says. My wife took her life, as she said. Doesn't that sound like that movie Tyler Perry made? Oh, is it Economy? She taught my life. She got it. That's the shit I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make a decision. Either I leave or I'm going to get locked the fuck up. And it could be towards her or it could be towards anybody who want to fucking protect her. Take it however you want to take it. Y'all know how to find me. But this was all mental health. So she said, I'm up here drinking. Yeah, I'm up here drinking because the theme is I'm at the bar. We're talking about mental health. When brothers go through something or go through things at home, what we do is we go link up with our friends and we go to the bar. Am I right? That's what we do. And if we have a problem with a female, we go to the other female. That's what some men do. I have to say something because I don't do that. Come on, get down. So this is the type of stuff all men go through with the child support, with prison, with family. It's just not with baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? The ladies go through it too. And I was getting to that and she interrupted me with this bullshit. Y'all don't hear me up here talking about her. You know what I'm saying? But she been stalking me, man. Look, I haven't spoken to this lady in about a year and some change, or going on two. And this is the second time she commented on my page. The first time I didn't say nothing. You wanted me out the life, I left. Hopefully my girls will see me when they see me. If they don't, I'm sorry to hear, that's what God made my bed. I got to deal with that situation. Because, of times when you're not at home, the mothers, they will be in the child's ear telling the child certain shit. But that's why I say on all my chats, all my shows, how I be taking care of these children, how I be raising these children. They could come up on this motherfucker right now and tell you everything I'm doing. So she can't say I'm a deadbeat. It takes a strong motherfucking man to want to take care of children that doesn't biologically belong to them. But I got married, so this is the fucking responsibility that a man has to take on when he gets married. Am I right? Shit got a little heated today, didn't it? I know. I don't normally talk like this. I'm only talk about a lot of educational stuff, spiritual stuff, but I thought this was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, I'm seeing a therapist, like I said. This is my my third time. And it's very good because you will be surprised of the things that you would say to your therapist. You'll be surprised at the things that you held in since you was a kid to your therapist. Because now you're able to just be in a room and vent. And I don't have my interviews at home on video because what I say is kind of personal and I need help with. So I vent to them and they give me options and paths where I could go to better myself. So one of the main issues is I'm not seeing my daughters. Do you know how that feels as a parent when you don't see a child because it's being deprived from you to see your child because you don't want to own up to someone's dictatorship? Like if it's my sperm, you ain't gonna dictate to me shit. And if I put money and kicking it out, you ain't gonna dictate to me shit. Especially if I'm paying child support, you ain't gonna dictate to me shit. You know what I'm saying? But we all going through that. You know what I mean? So mental health, man, it's a terrible thing. And back to the women, like I said, some females they go through it because they get molested and they hold on to this problem all the way until they get older, where now they can't even trust men. So now when they get into relationships, it's kind of bad, because most women that grow up that way, they take control of their life in every aspect of their life because they don't want to be hurt again. And it's very hard for women that go through that to very trust another man if it's not their son. Hey, I'm sorry. I know I'm having a noisy show, but it's all right. It's all good. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because what I got to say is important. You know what I mean? Y'all all right out there? Y'all kind of quiet. What's up? Talk back to me. What's going on out there? Just checks out. I'm the one running everyone away. Nah, I ain't trying to run you away. I mean, run everyone away. I just wanted you to leave me the fuck alone. That's pretty much it. But like I was saying with the females, they have the issues with the men, and it's kind of hard because they come in a relationship with baggage, which is trust issues, because they've been molested, they've been lied to, and especially when they start dating men, most of the men come in as players because they saw their father do it, like mine, and they didn't even see any man do it, which showed them they didn't even know how to be a more mature man. So now they get into a relationship with a woman with baggage. They come in with baggage. And the females come in with baggage. That's not even checked. And now you want to have a perfect relationship. It's impossible. It's impossible. You got to clean up your act first before you get into a real solid relationship, let alone a marriage. Because see, what happens is your trauma is your triggers. And when you get into a relationship or with friends or whatever, and you bring that baggage in, whatever they do may trigger your symptoms, that what happened to you in the past. And then you will do something unknown to you, it would trigger their trauma. So imagine you in a relationship where your triggers is the reaction of another person's triggers and vice versa. It's like y'all will have never have a happy relationship if it's not checked. Because at this point, when you start going back and forth, you're not going to be listening to each other. You're going to be busy trying to get your point across. And this is where you get in the atmosphere of cutting each other off in a conversation. When you start cutting each off in a conversation, it shows that you're fighting to get your point across. You're not listening. You're not listening. And if you're in a relationship or whether it's intimate relationship or personal relationship as friends, if you want to get that type of help, hold on. Tell the truth in the beginning, and mine has been there 100%, and I love them for that. I think the triggers come from more like if someone tells you what they've been through, then yes, someone uses that same method to hurt you with. Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to get it on my laptop. For some reason, it's not coming. Huh? Yeah, I'm trying to. All right, hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right. Oh man, I had to. Oh man. Oh man, I got a lot of. Oh man, let's talk about the problems you and your wife, me and my children. Yo, look, man. Yo, get out of here, man. All right, get right. That shit will drive you crazy, man. This is juicy. Wow, I never knew this. Hey, Monica. Yeah, you gonna hear a whole lot. Stop lying, B. Tell your wife when you came there to my house. with my girls. We fucked and all of them got mad. What? See, now you just violated my household. And you know what? This is how my wife know you lying, right? Word to my dead father, I ain't never fucked you. The last time I fucked you was probably 2 or 3 days before I got locked up in 2016. Talk back to me. Fuck out of here. Come on, man. Don't stop. Why am I even entertaining this shit? Let's move on. Hold on. Yeah, shit got real. I was a woman like this before. I had trust issues, but my fiance understands and helped me cope with it a lot. It's a lot, but you have to be there for your spouse. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, no, Jasmine, you're right. You definitely got to be there. It takes two. It takes two, and that's why I say that it's good to talk to someone, because if you don't, living in America, especially as Black people, you're gonna have some trauma. You're gonna have some sort of trauma within the family. It always comes from family and friends first. It always comes. The first people to hurt you the most is your friends and family. Those are the first people to hurt you, and then after that, it goes on. And that's what, like I said, when you get into this relationship, you bring this baggage. Because see, when you cover up all your scars and you present yourself the way you want someone to see you, so you hide. I'm not gonna say you lie, because lying will be you saying you're something that you're not. You're just not telling the person who you really are, because your traumas is what make you who you are. You ever heard the saying, you're a product of your environment? You know what I'm saying? But you can also be a product of your decision too. Like Wally said, we know right from wrong. So you could be a product of your decisions. So, like I said, we grow up into this mentality and we're so hurt and destroyed, and we bring this type of mentality into the relationship. And then when we do move in, actually, it starts to show a little bit before you move in, because after you're in a relationship, after a certain amount of time, you can't pretend and hide your real self too much, because you're enjoying yourself. You're probably tipsy. You're going out and you're having fun. And then all of a sudden, you're not conscious of covering up your wounds or your scars. And you start saying things that have your partner like, whoa, or you act in a certain way. And they like, whoa, yo, I ain't never seen you move like that. You ever been with a person like that? You be like, okay. And then later on in time, when y'all do have a fallout, you see all the bullshit. See what I'm saying? So when you move in now, you really see the person that you're with. Because that happened with me and my wife. We actually saw who we were dealing with. And we was like, what the fuck? Yeah, because the trigger was triggered and it didn't even, yeah, exactly. Because let me get a perfect example. Okay. So I said I was locked up. I don't like being caged. When I was locked up, I turned 5 years to 16 years. Then out of the 16 years, I was in a box for 23 hours a day, sometimes 24, for 10 years. So now I have a problem with being isolated. I have a problem with you invading my fucking privacy. So if I'm around you and let's say I get something, I don't know, somebody give you something of mine and you open it, I go off. And you might be like, yo, whoa, slow down. Yo, it wasn't even that serious. I just wanted to know what was in there to put you on. And it might be innocent. But he don't know that was a trigger. You invaded my privacy. It lets me know that I have no freedom. So now I lash out. You see what I'm saying? So triggers is very important. You know what I'm saying? We all got to know our triggers. And if you can't get no help, you need to see someone for real. Because what's going to happen is you're going to drive everybody away from you. You're going to drive everybody away. Sometimes it'll be a good thing. Sometimes you will wake up and realize everybody around you is full of shit. And you just push everybody away. Because most of the time, that's what I do. If I see you full of shit, I see that shit a mile away. You're not going to control me. You're not going to dictate to me. You're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm going to keep it pushing. Oh, yeah, King, that's bad trigger, man. Especially if you're married. Especially if I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's for everybody if you've been incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Females have triggers too. Most females, they always get cheated on more than guys. So if you start moving different in your relationship, you may not be cheating. You may like want to go outside and be on the phone on the balcony or on the backyard and your wife see it. Automatically, she look at it like, why this motherfucker got to go outside and talk on the phone? Automatically, she saw the last 10 dudes do that. She already saying you a cheater. Now she don't trust you. Now she plotting to find out what's in your phone. She plotting to find out what you're doing, trying to see if you got another phone. And don't let her hear no rumors. Oh, it's on. You know what I'm saying? But this is her triggers. Hold on. Because once you're married, shit, I open my wife's mail and she do the same. I go through her phone and she do mine. Man, that's good for you, man. My wife has my password to my phone. She goes through my phone without me even knowing. She don't have to open my phone to do that. She used to open my mail. I had a problem with that because I felt like everything was just being invaded, and it was innocent part for her, but it was a trigger for me. And she listened to it, and she fell back. You know what I'm saying? She just handed me my mail now. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we all gotta talk, communicate with your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, and if it doesn't work, go seek help. Because we're not hiding us, so we don't care about the phones nor social media. That's cool. Let me ask you a question. What if you're not hiding nothing, but they're still searching? And you know they're still searching. Would you feel a way? I'm just saying, hypothetically, let's say you're not doing anything. Let's say that, yeah. Let's say you're just not doing anything. You're just an honest husband. You're for the people. You're for the wife, I should say, excuse me. And you're not doing anything, but you always finding ways to learn that your wife is not trusting you. How do you deal with that? I want to hear from y'all. Damn, conversation got real, didn't it? Oh man. Woo, man, yo, I gotta light up for this one. I tell you, this was gonna be different. This was gonna be different. Once I feel like you have an issue with me going through your phone, I feel like you hiding something. That's a bad thing. Each his own. I won't say that. Let me ask you a question. Why do you feel the need to go into somebody's phone? Are you paying the bill? If you're not paying the bill and you have no trust issues, why do you feel the need to go into somebody's phone and search? Because if you do that, that means you're the one with the trust issues. You can't say the other person. If the other person is saying maybe, let's say maybe sometimes, maybe some people are hiding something. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you or anybody else pretty much. If you don't have trust issues, but you're still searching a person's phone, coat, jeans, closet, drawer, for anything that shows their distrust, who has the trust issues? And what happens if you find nothing? That's a heavy couple of questions. Told you it's gonna be different today. We waiting on here for the knowledge. My mom's gave me some marijuana she grew, plain from the plant. This shit is better than the shit that I buy. Damn. Just don't lay so many of the seeds though. If you're not hiding nothing, but still he or she searching still, you're not answering the question. No, no, that's not the question. The question is, if you have no trust issues and you know that person is not doing something, why are you still going through the phone? That's the question. It may have to do with something in the past. He or she. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I should have continued. Okay, now I understand. So here for now, it's for me. It sounds like that you have trust issues, or anybody that you know, because that's a trigger. If you know the person is not doing something, but it's a trigger from the past. In other words, with the person with here for the knowledge is saying is, if you're dealing with someone who has been cheating on you for the in the past for several years, let's say 5, 6 years, right? Constantly, probably had babies or whatever, right? Or the guy found out he's not the father, and now they make it work. Now they on a path to saying, okay, it's forgiveness. They talk, they ironed it out. Everything is happy. Everything is happy-go-lucky. They're going out, having a splendid time. Facebook friends, they're showing pictures of everybody. Everything is going good for about 6 to 9 months to a year. Then all of a sudden, you feel the need to go into your man or your girlfriend who has the trust issue. And if that's you out there, then you have to talk to somebody. Because even if you talk to your man or your girl, obviously that's not enough. You need help, because what's going to happen is your relationship is not going to work, because that trigger that you have is going to trigger your spouse or your girlfriend or your friend to the point where now they're going to feel frustrated. You keep going through the phone for nothing. Now they feel like they want to get another phone, which is wrong, because now when they get another phone and they get caught with the phone, it's going to look like they're really doing something. You see what I'm saying? So you have to get help for all this shit to be copacetic. Hold on. Let me see what Logan said. I was like that before my wife cheated and never did after, but still I had to check her phone and etc. because it's a security to make sure it's not going down again. I understand that. But now here's the thing. It's a flip side to that. Here it is, Logan. If she catches you and she don't feel a way, she doesn't care, then that's cool, because that's not a trigger. It wasn't, her privacy wasn't invaded before you, so it's not a trigger. But if it's a trigger before you, it's going to be a trigger with you, especially if, like you said, she wasn't doing anything, but you still doing it. You see what I'm saying? Now, what if she has a problem with it? What's your next response? Are you going to say, my bad, and own up to the accountability and apologize? Or you going to be saying, well, why you beefing? You must be hiding something. Because some people say that to justify their bullshit. I'm not saying it's your bullshit. I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking our language. You know what I'm saying? Man, I wasn't going to be up here long, but man, the trigger happened, boy. Okay, let's see. All right. Y'all all right out there? Just trying to make sure I ain't missed none of the other comments. I seen the triggers. I got to go bypass that. It's really based on security. Trust takes years. Just like you mentioned, you never finish grieving about your dad, but times trust takes years, King. I dig it, but here's my thing, right? All right, because I'm not gonna be judgmental because you have your own reasons. I'm not gonna judge you. if like I said, if it doesn't bother her, then that's cool. It takes years. My thing is, I don't think people should get married or be in a relationship if they have trust issues because it's not going to work. It's not, because every time the person is not with you, you're going to be going through their phone. And if you don't find nothing, you're going to be like, nah, they too good at it. Then you're going to put some tag inside their phone where you could get all their texts and calls. If that's not good, you're going to think up another delusional idea that they got a second phone. Like every result is not going to be enough for you because you have this trust issue. Now, if they say, "Oh, I'm going out with the girls," you got their location on. You trying to find out if they actually going to the. Because now you want to know what girlfriend, who's the girlfriend. You're friends with the girlfriend. You know where the girlfriend live. Now you got the location to make sure she goes to the girl. You see what I'm saying? No, some people like that. I guess in order for someone to understand this, you have to be there. If the shoe was on the other hand, and let's say your wife cheated on you, would you have the trust issues with her? Yes, I will. I will, but here's my thing. Me personally, I will be going too fucking crazy on trying to plot and scheme on how to get to her phone. And me plotting and scheming on seeing what she's doing is fucking up my personal life because it's distracting me from doing what I gotta do. So if I feel like my wife is cheating in my heart and I feel like I can't trust her, then it's time for me to break the fuck out because I'm gonna go crazy. I'm never gonna be happy. That's just me. And I'm saying like you said, everybody has to be there. I haven't been in that situation. It crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? It crossed my mind. I know I won't go crazy and all of that unless I probably know the dude. Because if you know me and you know that's my wife and you know what you're doing, then it's right for me to do what I have to do. But if I don't know you, I can't really blame him because she gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, teach his own. Let's answer this. Have your wife cheated on you? How would you feel if she cheated on you? Matter of fact, shit. Love is strong and delicate, but I understand what you're saying to be in that person's shoes. Now, to answer your other question, have your wife cheated on you, and how would you feel if she cheated on you? Far as I know, no, because she didn't let me find out if she did. Do I have a feeling? Yes, I have a feeling because I was a piece of shit before we got married. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I have a feeling. You know what I'm saying? And how would I feel if she did? I would feel hurt. I'm human. We dealing with emotions. We dealing with love. We dealing with marriage. If she was just my regular girlfriend and I was out there, I would feel hurt and I keep it moving, keep fucking other chicks. You're not my wife. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is my wife. So if that happens, I would have to deal with it or I would have to walk away. Those are the two decisions. And if you stay in that type of situation, you got to forgive and stop throwing that shit in other people's face. That's what I was talking about, the trust issues. Because if you're actually finding out somebody cheated on you and you talk about it and you iron it out and you clear the path and you're having sex and you're having fun, you can't keep throwing that shit in their face. You can't, because you're going to get a reaction. And then their reaction is going to be your reaction. Then next thing you know, y'all ain't talking for 2 days about some shit that ain't even really happening. That's why. But like I said, to each his own. Some people, they find their way on their own. You know what I'm saying? They find their happiness on their own. Some people go to therapy, some people don't. Some people talk to friends and family who've been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying. You was a piece of shit, but still accepted your flaws and all. But if you move different, they will always suspect it because of your movement. That's true. I mean, it depends on your movement. You know what I'm saying? What you mean by movement? You know what I'm saying? If like all of a sudden, you're not answering your texts. Come on now. You married. You got, and especially if you got children at home, there's no way in the world you could tell me you ain't answering no texts, because if anything happened in your household, you got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? You always got to be on looking at your phone, always have your phone on. I heard one of my homegirls say this. What kind of motherfucker don't have their phone on if they got kids in school? Who the school gonna call? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have your phone on. So you always gotta be looking at your phone. So when you don't answer your calls or your texts, it sends a message here to significant other that you're doing something that you used to be doing. Now it sends triggers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had some people got fetishes with cheating. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like the flirt, some people just like conversations, some people just like to fucking leave. And, I don't know. Some people just like to be cuffed up. Some people like to be tricked on. They like sugar mamas, sugar daddies. I guess as they say, it's levels to that shit. Y'all all right? Man, it got quiet, boy. Oh man. She said, pay your child support on this fake podcast. So she didn't tell you how much I had to pay? No, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Leave that lady alone. Let me see. What else? As your record, when did you it's your record what you did in the past too, especially if a couple going at it and there are always arguments. Someone will be thinking like, there goes the bullshit, he or she probably doing something, and it's a trigger then. And yeah, that's true. That's true. And like I said, you know what, John Banks, like it all, you know what, it's so far we all been talking about trust issues. All of us had trust issues. I think all of us had trust issues in certain ways. It don't necessarily be with cheating. It could be with money. Some spouses, they want to have money. They want to have all the bank accounts and the PIN numbers and passwords to themselves because they don't trust their significant other with the money that's coming in, or the amount of money that's coming in. They want to keep it to themselves because they've been betrayed in the past so long. So they feel like, if I could hold this to myself, not that I don't trust him and don't love him or her, but I know if I hold this to myself, I'm going to be safe. But not knowing that's a trigger, because the person is really seeing this shit. They like, oh, you moving like that? Now, when they do it, it becomes a problem. It's part of the mental health. It is. It is. It is. That's why I say, yo, if you don't have nobody to talk to, yo, man, please go see somebody. I used to see it on TV, on the news, and they used to always talk about, the mental health thing and all of this. And I used to be like, man, these people crazy. And at first I was like, man, those for white people. I ain't doing that shit. But no, I had to do it. I really did. Because I had nobody else to talk to. I don't want to tell everybody my business. Some of my peoples is up here that I talk to on the phone. I don't tell them my issues. They got issues. Fuck, I'm pulling my heart on them. You know what I'm saying? So we find somebody. Yo, Wally, go see somebody. Talk to somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know one thing too, when you're there at a therapist, you get to release so much that it's like a temporary healing process, because you had all of this bottled up, and it's dangerous too. Because let me tell you something: when you're not talking to nobody, you're holding in what happened 3 years ago, last year, the year before that, yesterday, and then tomorrow somebody do something to you. All of that's piled up in you comes rushing out. And then people is like, yo, damn, why you wilding? It was not that serious. Yeah, to them it wasn't that serious. But what happened is everything that bottled up in you busted out. and you started wilding out on a person for not just the thing they did, but for everything that happened to you in life. And now you can court a case. And you sit in the pen talking about, yo, I wasn't even thinking. I snapped because you didn't talk to nobody. John Banks, if a family member do something to me, I can forgive them. Even if the trust issues with my family, I still speak to them. Yeah, I do so too. Um, I speak to my family. There's certain things I can't speak to my family about. It's like certain things they can't speak to me about. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like I was the black sheep. You know what I'm saying? Through my whole life. So I always like to handle things and do things on my own. And when I can't handle or do things the way I'm trying to do it diplomatically, then I handle it differently. You know? All right, go up. No, I did. Logan. I've touched up on that. Yeah, I touched up on that when both couples are going through and it's trigger and they think they're cheating. Yeah, I touched upon that. Y'all all right out there? This was straight freestyle. I did not even plan this. Normally, I have my notes and everything. I didn't plan this. I just figured that this was a good topic because, like I said, we're all going through it. You know what I'm saying? I know some friends who parents was, on crack. You know what I'm saying? They're not really talking to their parents today because some of the mothers was giving head to their friends or some of the guys around the way humiliated them, sold their daughters to have sex. They don't talk to the parents no more because of this. We all have these triggers. So it's just not just relationships. It also deals with just family because that's what we bring in our triggers from a family household. That's where it starts from. It don't start in a relationship. It starts from the family household. We bring the triggers and the baggage into the relationship, and then it creates more baggage and triggers. Because when we bring that triggers, the other person bringing his garbage. And now y'all both throwing y'all garbage on each other, which accumulates more garbage on top of garbage. So y'all creating more triggers. That's a hell of a fucking marriage, man, or relationship. But as you mentioned, can things be bottled up for years and you need to speak to someone? It's still the same thing as trust and why he or she not will still do what they do to have trust via trust is true. This shouldn't have been on the Wednesday podcast that you and your wife had together. But good topics. Hold on. Actually, that's true. We were supposed to do a podcast tonight. I don't know, things didn't work out the way that we hopefully wanted to. And I guess hopefully next Wednesday we'll do that. Because normally we talk about the swinger lifestyle. Which is a good topic. Who knows? Nah, I can't come back in the next hour. But normally this thing will be freezing, but it hasn't. I think I know why. I ain't gonna say why, but I think I know why because I see something different on my screen. So I didn't trust females because of the things I seen on the growing up, seeing the females around the way on the block, and dudes was running trains on them. They was sleeping with everybody else. They was with all the drug dealers. And, it's funny because now I see them today. Not all of them, but most of them today, they're so cooked. I'm like, oh, damn, what happened to you? But going through that, yeah, it's definitely a trick, especially when you're coming from a relationship like what just happened to me just now. I always say, and this is a big baggage, if things will work with me and my wife, I would never let a female get close to me ever again, except in the bedroom or in the hospital, but never again. That's just me, because I just don't want that hurt no more. I don't want that pain. You know what I'm saying? Because you could call it some player all you want. When you break up with someone you love, you're gonna feel some hurt. Hold on. My cat over here scheming on the dog and my bully's barking. Okay. There should have been a, hold on. I didn't try. I thought it was about everything, not just the swing lifestyle. Yes, it's about everything here for now. That's true. I noticed you both haven't been on the podcast like that. So me looking in feels like, oh no, things ain't going right. So they not doing the podcast. Well, you turned the negative into a positive with that situation. That's true, man. Hold on, give me a second. Yes. No, actually, we'll be back with the podcast. When it comes to the lifestyle. Um, hopefully next week or probably this week sometime. I don't know. I gotta talk it with my partner. I don't normally make moves on my own. Like I don't make flyers and pick dates and everything on my own. Like I talk everything out with my wife before I do all of that. And then we'll come on here and then, you know what I'm saying? We do it together. I don't just say, yo, tomorrow we going on the podcast. She like, you ain't let me know nothing. I got to do all of this on our own. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's like we're business partners. When you do stuff like that, that's like treating your employee in certain ways. You know what I mean? So we'll be back. You know what I mean? Sorry for the late podcast on our lifestyle. I apologize for that. Wally, what you mean? You turned the negative into the positive with that situation? Oh, you talking about the baby mom situation? Yeah. You know. And we don't need to go into that, you know what I mean? Because that she just came in here to turn a positive situation into a negative situation. Because I was talking about a mental health pertaining to especially Black people, because most of the people on my podcast is Black people. Am I correct? And all the issues I talk about affects us. So I come up here talking positive stuff. You know what I mean? Give me a second again. Yeah. I keep saying, well, my bully is about going on 3 months. When she get like 6 months, this cat gonna be living on top of the refrigerator in a minute. Keep bothering the damn bully because she's small. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, back there I was saying, yes, try to change the situation from a negative situation. I mean, from a positive situation to a negative situation. Call it a fake podcast, whatever. You know, I don't have any issues with her personally, besides me not seeing my children. You know what I mean? So we don't really have to go back into that. You know what I mean? So we can just move on. But salutes to her. You know, thank you for the attention, because man, she made this shit real to the people to the point y'all tuned in like a motherfucker. So thank you. Thank you. You know what I mean? So back to what we were saying. So when you got cheated on, I want to ask y'all a question. When you got cheated on, how did you handle your situation? When I got cheated on and I found out about it, right? Not for my wife, I'm talking about when I just found out about it. I got cheated on. I was like, damn. I was like, yo, I couldn't believe I was shocked, because I was always used to be the one cheating. You know what I'm saying? Not on her, but on my other relationships. And when I found out with her, I think I was like 18 years old. And I found out with her, I was like, oh wow. So how I handled it, the marathon continued. I started cheating too. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. You know, especially when I found out it was a long-term relationship, like a year. I was like, what? Well, the dude like 2 blocks away from me. He was like from Prospect Plaza. So I was like, what? I was like, it was on and popping. You try to fuck a friend after that? Oh man. See, when you start doing that, That just lets you know, yo, to me, I would say when you do that, you gotta be, well, it could go two ways. It's probably you want to fuck her because you wanted to, or you did it because you wanted her to find out so it can hurt her, so it can match your pain and suffering. You know what I'm saying? I dig it. When I was younger, I'm not saying that it's immature or whatever. You have your own way of dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I was doing that, and at this point, I ain't got time for it, man. I'm just so tired of shit. Cause it's like you gotta remember so many fucking lies. Like I don't got time to remember all those type of lies and dates and time and all. It's too much for me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just kick rocks and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, at this time, at this present age that I'm in, I think me cheating is expensive. Yeah, because when you're in a lifestyle, that's me in a swinger lifestyle, that's still expensive, but you don't have to take no women out besides the woman you're with. Now, when you're cheating and you have a regular female that's not a swinger, she's looking for you to take her out. Valentine's Day, her birthday. You got now. This is a whole nother bill, man. I'm sorry, I ain't got time for it. To each his own. Y'all got the money for it. You got the time for it. That's cool. I don't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? Now, I want to ask you a question. This is a real question. Put it in the comments. What do y'all think about boundaries in your relationship? Do you think boundaries can help as a mental health issue? You know what I mean? Whatever triggers, for example, let's say you're having a communication problem with just your female or male, especially a male, because the way we talk. And when you're confronting your man and he's like this, yo, I'm telling you right now, it might come off a little hard to you and you may feel away. Where now you're in a defensive mode and then you respond like, now you cut him off. You see what I'm saying? So these are boundaries where you set, where you be like, you know what? I don't want you talking to me this kind of way. Boundaries. What you mean? Yo, I don't need you to be cursing at me. I don't need you to be, you know what I'm saying, talking to me with your hands on. Hold on, here from the line said, cheating in the past, whether when it was a teen or now, it will damage you. I don't talk about none of my exes in front of my woman because that can be a trigger as well. What do you mean by what do you mean by triggers? You know what I'm saying? But talking about your exes, you mean in a positive way? Because I don't think nobody's going to talk about their ex in front of the current person they're with in a positive way. Most people, when they talk about their exes, they always talk about their exes in a negative aspect because they always talk about the shit they did to them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but maybe even that's a trigger because you're still bringing the person up. Maybe that's what I'm getting at. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. What if they don't respect the boundaries? Well, if they don't respect the boundaries, the relationship is not going to work. It's not. Because now the person wants to be controlling and they want to do what the fuck they want to do. Now, what that happens is a reaction. Now it's an argument. It's silence because there's no communication. Y'all on bad terms. And now you violate the boundaries. You like, fuck that. You ain't respecting my shit. I ain't respecting your shit. How you gonna cope? How you gonna have a relationship like that? You're not gonna have a relationship like that. That's why I said sometimes it's good to go talk to somebody. Because some people could be in a relationship and they can have a whole good civil conversation and talk about boundaries. And then the next 2 weeks, boundaries is violated again on some sneaky shit. And you may find out, or she may find out, and you be quiet about it because you know if you bring it up, what? You're going to have an argument because you're accustomed to this type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So boundaries, man, yo, that is so important for real. I think the two things in a relationship that's so important is boundaries and communication. We're talking about exes is a boundary in my household, whether good or bad, because now that's letting them know and think you're thinking about your ex. Now see, that's different. Now, if a person is saying, now if I'm telling my wife, yo, listen, this motherfucker, like, if I'm beefing about my baby moms, you know what I'm saying, which I only bring her up when it concerns my daughters. Let's say if I'm beefing with my baby moms, and she's like, yo, why you keep bringing this female up? Like, what's up? You can't get out your mind or something? Yo, but she keep doing this with this. When now it's with the girls, it's cool. But if I'm talking about what she did to me in the past, like, yo, hold up. You ain't been with her in like 8 years. You still talking about her? Yeah, you got some example. You see, she was on my podcast. I ain't been with you since 2016. Fuck you on my podcast for? You know what I'm saying? I wonder if her man will feel away. Trigger, that's talking about your ex, stalking your ex. So, if you're the person you're with feels that it's a trigger about you talking about your ex, whether it's good or bad, my suggestion is don't talk about that. Now, if you talking about your ex and they saying, oh, I don't feel it's a boundary, you shouldn't talk about your ex, but they talking about their fucking exes or their baby mothers or their baby fathers, then how the fuck you gonna respect? How they gonna respect your boundaries then? I can't talk about my ex, but you could talk about yours. Nah, it ain't gonna fly like that. See, that's when the arguments come in. Because if you want somebody to respect your boundaries, you got to respect their boundaries as well. You see how you was talking about someone when you was 18. That isn't allowed with me or my wife, but each his own. Damn. People in the past stay for the past. You right. People in the past stay for the past. Oh, but you know what? And I thought about this for a long time. I thank God for all those people in the past. You know why? Because past relationships and past friends is what shaped me today. Because I'm going off of my experience. So I thank God for them. You know what I'm saying? Lessons. I heard 50 Cent say this. You never take a loss because the winning result is the lesson. Now, if you ain't get the lesson, now that's your issue. Then you took a whole fucking loss. But learn from the loss. Because when you see it coming, you know how to dodge that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how to dodge it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So, yeah, I don't talk about my exes. I probably talk about it here through an experience or get to a point that I need to, but when I'm with my wife, we don't be talking about our exes and none of that shit unless something happened to the point where to the point. Oh, let me see. We're here for the knowledge. This. Well, it's like you're reminiscing about that. I agree, fellas. Even having them as friends. Nope. Damn. Even having them as friends? So wait, all right. So let me ask you a question. I think I disagree to a point. That could be my just a point. What if you and your ex just realize that you're not good for each other? You're not good for each other. Example, Monique, the comedian slash actress, excuse me. She got married to her best friend from childhood, right? After her first divorce. And they crossed the line. Their marriage turned into a disaster because they crossed the line. That's why they say never fuck your friend because shit changed. And After they got divorced, she got remarried again. And her ex-husband, the best friend, became her best friend again. Because they always started out as friends. So if you start out as friends with your ex and you just realize that you're not good for each other, let's say y'all didn't leave on a nasty note and y'all just separated. You saying y'all shouldn't be friends still? Y'all should just say no more talking, no more nothing because you crossed that line? Or are you saying that because the person you're with is telling you to do that because of how they feel? It's a question. It's a question because I know some females that I grew up with that are still my homegirls that I dabbled with. But we don't reminisce on that shit. Even when I see them today, we don't talk about what we did when we was 15. 15? Come on, I'm 50. What are we talking about that for? You know what I'm saying? But these are my homegirls I grew up with. Okay, let's see. Bro, trust and believe they still reminisce on the low. There's no way anyone is married and still friends with their exes. I don't know about that. I know some people that's married that's still friends with their exes. I know some. I do. They don't cross the line, but I guess different relationships has a different um have a different level of respect and trust when it comes to the relationship. They handle each other differently. You know what I'm saying? I guess it all depends on the relationship you're in with the person. If the man or female is saying, "Yo, listen, I'm uncomfortable with that," then you have to respect it. If you want to continue that relationship, now you can make the decision to say, "Listen, hey, you on your own fucking insecurities. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's my friend before you even got into a relationship, and that's continue to be my friend. Well, I don't want to be your woman. I don't want to be your man. All right, then, adios amigos." That's decisions. That's the only two decisions I see that's going to be made. I just think, in some aspects of life, some people is just going to be like, "No, you're not going to tell me who I'm going to be friends with." You know what I mean? So, to each his own. Growing up on homegirls is different. Nah. All right, hold on. My group over here calling me. Uh, Growing up with their exes is different. If they was ex, I'm telling you, King, don't do it because you won't want your woman to be friends with your ex. On my note, for me, hold on. For me, I'm not like the long-term relationships that I had with exes. No, like I'm not really. I would say probably one, and my wife talked to her more than she talked to me. Like me and that ex, we don't really talk. You know what I'm saying? And me and her been in a real heavy relationship. You know what I mean? We don't talk like that. But the rest of my exes, like my main exes, hell fucking no. I don't want nothing to do with them. Hell no. I don't even want to listen. I could be high off weed, a gallon of Hennessy, and 2 ecstasy pills, and I won't fuck them that night. That's how sober I would be. Why? Because I know if I dabble into that, it's gonna bring up a bunch of old shit I ran away from. And yo, real quick story, right? So there's a female ex in my life now, right? That years ago, I don't talk to her no more. Like, really don't actually talk to her. Like, when I see her now, I just see her and I walk past her ass. So, I haven't dealt with her in a while, right? So, one day she hit me up. I don't know how she got my number. She hit me up. And I'm just talking to her and shit. And she was trying to go indirectly into trying to link up and shit, right? And I was like almost falling for it, because I was enjoying the conversation. It was a while. And then she did something. I forgot what it was. She did something in the conversation. And it sent the trigger. And I said, oh shit. Now I know why I left this motherfucker. And I cut off. I blocked her. Because you're an ex for a reason. Ain't that right? Exes are for a reason. Why we have exes? Because it didn't work. is either they cut us off because they felt we wasn't ready, or we cut them off. Growing up with the okay, all right, hold on. King, don't do it. Here we go talking about them. See, but I felt for the conversation because we was going to link up. Conversation to link up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We here talking about. Oh man! All right, we ain't gonna talk about exes. That's what it is. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about something. All right, let's talk about the triggers we have from our parents. Let's talk about that because that's where we got it from, right? We didn't get our triggers from our relationships, did we? How many of y'all triggers started with a relationship? Who can admit to that? I think all of our triggers started with our parents, and we bring the triggers into the relationship of the things that our parents did to us, and we point the finger at the person we're with because the parent is not there. The person that we're with is a substitute for the parent. So every time you do something, it reminds them of what the parent did to them, and now they take it out on you. I know a female that says she don't like rough sex. She don't like you grabbing her throat. She don't like pounding. She like to make love. And I was like, she was my girlfriend, girl, homegirl. And I was like, what? Who don't like that? Because most females, they like that. They like their hair pulled and all that because she was raped. And that's what they did to her. That's a trigger. And some guys don't want to do it. They like doing that. They like, what? Some females don't like giving head because when they was raped, they had to do that every night. What got on what head? Hold up, it got kind of quiet. You ladies, you out there? Mm-hmm. How come the fellas is talking? What's up? Man. A ex messaged you and y'all was going to link up. No, I didn't say link up. I said she was talking about linking up, and I said, okay, but I didn't link up. I didn't link up with her. And then she said something in the conversation as time went on and reminded me of why she became an ex. And I said, oh, hell no. And I blocked her. And we never linked up. We never linked up after that. I haven't spoken to her in like, what? I don't know. I say a couple of months because now I do see her now. I don't say nothing to her. I don't say nothing to her. This was years. This is so many years ago that this conversation I'm talking about happened to her. So I was trying to make an example. You know what I'm saying? Yo, head for the nudge. You a female? Yo, because the questions you be coming at me with, man. but this your story. Continue, King. Yeah, you're a female. Nah, because I know how females come off sometimes. Yeah, you're a female. That's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. But like I said, for now, we didn't link up. Did it cross my mind? Yeah, it did. It did. It did. Yeah, of course. No man wants to turn down no good pussy. That's just the honor. I'm being honest with you. But as I said, triggered something years ago when that conversation, and I said, oh shit, I know why you were ex. And I see her today, like I said, and I don't speak to her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know you here always showing love here for now. And, you know, I'm just bugging out with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Um, Man, I know I got some new subscribers that tuned in for tonight, boy. I know, man. People gonna be looking. I say, oh, that's okay. Give me the views, baby. Give me the views. I know who you are. I know who you are. You know. What else about this? Mental health. Mental health can also deals with you striving in life. Um, you already feel like because of the color of your skin, you're discriminated against. You upset. Um, you go through things like that. You look at white people all the same. Every white person is not all the same. I know what I be talking up here, but not every white person is all the same. You know what I'm saying? They just have a different culture. I had to talk about that one day. Oh man, I got to talk about their culture, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have a show about white culture because I couldn't realize we don't know it. We don't. Perfect example. Do you know white people don't clean chicken? Do you know white people do not clean chicken? I don't care where they bought it from. They do not clean chicken. So when you go to a white person's house and they say, we got some chicken. You know what I'm saying? Do you know white people don't use washcloths or any sponges to clean their body? They use the same soap that everybody uses in the same house. Yeah, but we ain't. That's a whole nother topic. Um, Good pussy. Oh man, King. Okay, that's good enough before you get in trouble. We might not see King after this. Do you know the white people here smell like dog when they get out the shower? Yeah, because their hair is different from ours. We have living hair, right? Um, what I mean is our hair will curl up if it doesn't get combed, or if it does get combed, it fluffs out. It's alive. White people, their hair is just down. It's dead hair. When it gets wet, it just get wet like a dog. It's dead hair. You know what I'm saying? But it's no such thing as good hair and bad hair. That's a whole nother topic. I might have a show about all of that. You know what I'm saying? People always say, yo, it's good hair. There's no such thing. Uh, their hair is six ether. What is that? Six ether. What's that? Communicate clearly. People say, what's up, man? Good hair, bad hair is based on the protein and how they take care. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. And yeah, sorry, I know I ain't been on here in a minute. Know me, got a different number, so I can't use my phone on this. But I figured out a way how to use this on my laptop on YouTube without freezing. So far so good. You know what I'm saying? So but what I was saying, man, because y'all took me up with the back. Oh man, yeah, I lost track just now. Somebody please help me out. Help me out here before I take it somewhere else. I'm gonna give it a second. Well, about a minute, because I know sometimes it takes a minute to come through. I'm about to end soon. I've been holding y'all too long. White people talk back to their parents. That's mental health. Um, yeah, they do. They talk back to their parents because their upbringing was definitely different from our upbringing, because our upbringing was a slavery mentality where they beat their slave for submission. So we was accustomed to beating our children because we know we would get submission because we gave the master submission. White folks didn't really beat their children, although they did, but not like us. You know what I'm saying? They just Tommy, and they go crazy. Especially those with money. You know what I'm saying? Are every white person is like that? No, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, they have a different culture, they have a different history, and I'm gonna speak about it. It will shock you. It will shock you to even know that they're programmed to be racist, and they don't even know it. That's some deep shit. Programmed to be racist and don't know it because you're not born racist. You have to be made racist, right? All right. So that's a whole nother show. because man, they got mental health issues right now. Because the way the country going now, white folks is getting crazy right now, and they mad at you. Mm, they mad at you. Talking about the Black Lives Matter being taken off the ground. They mad. It's take the shit off. They don't want that. And black people ain't saying, well, Black Lives Matter ain't saying nothing because most of them got arrested for tax fraud and all of that stuff because they was swilling in money. So that's a whole nother topic. That's the household, like you said before, either was placed in a genetic structure of all that or of the Nubian descent of, yeah, that's true. Oh man. See, come on, communicate, girl. You want to make me take it somewhere else, brother. I'm about to go in 2 hours, man. I ain't trying to go 4 hours. Ain't nobody gonna be watching no video for 4 hours. But nah, yo, you're right, because it goes back. It goes back to it goes back to us making them, especially in the Bible, where you know when we say let us make man, it ain't God. They say it's God talking, but we know God is supreme being, right? We know God creates everything. We know God don't need no help. So why is God talking to some individuals and saying let us? He said us. That means it's more than one people. Let us make man in our image. So who's the man looking like? Ah, you ain't think about that. You thought it was just Adam and Eve was the no, those are people that came from the original people. Oh man. Then Esau and Jacob was born as twins and took the father's birthright. I believe it was Jacob that I believe it was Jacob, if I'm correct, where he was supposed to get blessed. No, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm getting a little mixed up here. Being the finest of the refined chemicals known in our species. Melanin is a direct link to our ancestors of olive tone skin color with the nine ether hair. Absolutely right. Brother telling y'all absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Melanin is the essence and the creation of life. Nothing can survive without melanin. This is why white folks in the in the 1700s, they had to come up with a term for their complexions. Because when they first started to come over here, we was calling ourselves after our nations and our empires. Example, yo, he's a Sparta. He's an Ottoman. He's a Zulu. He's this. He's a Muslim. He's this, that. There was no you black, you white. Until they colonized over here, they said, well, we got to come up with a color because, man, we got to identify ourselves because they was over here in the New World. They ain't had no empire. Yo, we going to create a color. We going to say we white and they black. Black is really not a color. That's the color of a material. You're not black. You're the original people. You're Asiatic. That's what it is. You may say, oh, I don't see it. Let me ask you a question. When Malcolm was saying all this, you heard white folks disagree? All right. The number 9 is the highest number of the supreme mathematics, 9 to the ninth power. Born. Number 9 represents born in the supreme mathematics. I understand born is the beginning, the representative of the 9. I understand. Brother, you taking the whole, I would tell mental health, brother. You go, brother, yo, communicate. You going high science. I gotta bring you up too, man. You doing high science, brother. They ain't ready for this. When the number 9 is inverted, it becomes the number 6, which cannot produce a rational mathematical sequence or has less energy. I would say I agree to the fact when you say it has less energy because the Caucasians was made on the number 6 on our number. And it took them 600 years to rule, to be born. So that's 2 6s. And it's going to take them 6,000 years to fall. 666. So the book of Revelations talk about the 3 scores of the 666, which is the mystery Babylon is fallen, and those who say they are Jews are not Jews, but they're the synagogue of Satan. Hold up, man. We going back to mental health. Communicate, stop. Superman was a Caucasian. His hair was curled up like he was. It wasn't like this. No, you was, yo. And I communicate. We was actually talking about the mental health where, how a lot of us brothers and sisters is coming out of households with a lot of baggage, and they get into the relationship and it destroys the relationship, or it gives a relationship a hard struggle. You know what I'm saying? And if these mental health issues are not taken care of, we should talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we want to handle it on our own, and it's just not gonna work. We all think we know it all. You know what I'm saying? But that's good. That's human nature. That's why we advance in society, and we always building something more strong and different, because we're not supposed to be satisfied, because God didn't make us to be satisfied. That's why when you're born, you always want to be greater. That's why when you're not walking, soon you crawl. After you crawl, you walk. After you walk, you run. You want something greater, always greater. We going to the link, King. I'll definitely come up with a show. It'll be my honor. Word, man. I definitely would too. You ain't a lot going on TV, man. It's been a minute, man. I ain't been on here probably a week and a half, but I get back into it, man. It'll take time. You know what I mean? But I'm about to end, y'all. I've been on here too long now. Anybody else got anything they want to say before I end? How y'all like the show? Tell me. Yes, much of our diet is creating mental illness. Because a lot of the food has worms in it that eat some of the brain cells. Yeah, yeah. I know you enjoyed the show. Yo, man, this show was different, man. This show was just different. But hey, I wanted to do something different. Like I said, I'm in the bar, and I was talking about mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I bought the liquor up here. I bought the weed. Normally when I do my shows, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I keep it clear and simple, because I have a message that I want to get across, and I have a certain type of, I won't say image, but I do certain things a certain type of way. But today I wanted to do something, because when we all go through something, sometimes we pick up a cigarette, we pick up a blunt, we pick up a bottle, we pick up a cup, and we just talk. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring drink champs to your living room. Thank you, man. Thank you, Clearview Pacific. Thank you. So with that, I'm gonna end, and I want to say thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for not your judgments. You know what I'm saying? And with that, God bless, and y'all have a good night. Later.